Hello guys, NautoAis here, and this will be a follow-up on my thoughts of Multiversus shutting down in June. Of course, I'm recording this on May, a couple of weeks, and then that's it. That's all, folks. Multiversus is no longer playable online. You can still play it offline, and just to make sure if you want to keep playing with this game, you make sure to at least log in before the online server shuts down. So with this follow-up, I want to give my thoughts on apparently some sort of backstory. Apparently there was a lot of controversy with the developers and with Warner Brothers. So, I mean, it is what it is. It is a business. What can you do? But, I mean, yeah. So anyway, apparently there are more than Missy with this story. So for the guy who was in charge of Multiversus, Tony Huynh, and from what I understand, a lot of people said there was a story about this guy that apparently he wasn't as what you think he is. To some extent, not a nice guy. Apparently, he's giving other people problems. They're butting heads, don't get along. To a point that apparently there was even a story where one guy was trying to help Tony. I guess this guy was a content creator and he got ghosted. And apparently there are people who work with him on the development apparently were getting the bad end of the stick. Thoughts about that one is, it is unfortunate. I read his response, and the gist of it is, it wasn't easy doing Multiversus, and to some extent, they had to work with Warner Brothers Game, or to be precise, the Warner Brothers company themselves, because of course, if you found out just as of right now, May 14th, NetherRealm and Warner Brothers Game just revealed Mortal Kombat 1 Definitive Edition. And when you see something there's a word definitive, it means they're closing down support with the game. And the gist of that one is Chaos Reign Combat Pack number 2 didn't really sell well. It is what it is. It's a boring game, but that's a different story there. Going back with Multiversus, apparently they had the same problem to some extent. There were certain characters they want to add in Multiversus, couldn't do it. And there was even point where other company that works under Warner Brothers with their own IP, apparently Tony Huynh was trying to add in some of their IP and they refused. An example is Mortal Kombat. Yeah, apparently Tony Huynh was trying to at least add one Mortal Kombat representative in the game, but it was revealed that Ed Boon saw the game and said, no, I'm not interested. And Ed Boon doesn't want his characters to be in the game, I guess, to concern about characters' reputation. It is what it is there. So thoughts about that one is, it is unfortunate. To some extent, it's no surprise that this is happening. It is a business. Warner Brothers, their main focus is to make money, and they're not getting a lot of returns. It's not worth their time and money. It is what it is. Because also, you heard, Rocksteady, they're still in the company, and I'll talk about why. However, their sales weren't good because they did work with Sweet Baby Inc. And of course, if you play the Suicide game, it wasn't really good. I love the lore was just really confusing to one end. That there was even they're trying to fix retcon to some extent that, the Justice League were just clones, which is, again, ridiculous, but it is what it is. So they're not making a lot of money because Warner Brothers Game, this has already been in the past, but it is still unfortunate that they shut down 3 major of their studio. First of all, Play Your First Game, the people behind Multiversus, they were shut down. Again, I guess butting head, having problem, business decision, direction, to a point that the other developer don't want to be part of Multiversus. And then Monolith Games, which is the people who did the Lord of the Ring game, especially the second game, that game sucked. I know they're trying to rectify it, but the game sucked. And mostly the reason is the microtransaction retail game. It's so stupid. In order to get a one-up in the game, you gotta buy orcs. You already paid $60, and you still have to basically pay more just to make the game easy. Still, the sad part is that if you didn't know, Monolith Studio created the Nemesis system. However, sadly, Warner Brothers took the patent and copyrighted it. So they're the only one that has the right to do the Nemesis system, and you're kicking out Monolith Soft. It's kind of sucky. And a lot of people were not happy about that because the Nemesis system, it's something unique, something that Monolith Soft did, but to some extent, You kick the company out, you shut them down, but you keep that system for your own copyright, sucky may be. And then Games San Diego, I have no idea who they are, but again, still suck. Yeah, 3 of the studio were shut down. And of course, the same old saying is, we got to cut back, find ways to make money, make some profit. They're not really making profit. Yeah, it sucked because with Player First Game, Multiversus had potential, but again, there were some hiccups, and I guess you can see why. A lot of controversy behind the scene. They trying to put in a Mortal Kombat character, but Ed Boon wasn't happy. And then Monolith Soft, their latest game, the Wonder Woman game, got canceled. That was going to be using the Nemesis system, but of course, apparently, reports are there are political people within the company trying to do whatever direction with the Wonder Woman game, and they just said, you know what, we're done. It's going nowhere. It's canceled. The end. And Game San Diego, I have no idea. So there you go. The follow-up on Multiversus situation, especially with Player First Game. Yeah, it's an unfortunate. I don't know what's going on with Warner Brothers game, especially with Warner Brothers themselves. They're just not making money within the games. They got shut down. Monolith Soft shut down. No more Wonder Woman game. And people don't really care about it. But again, you develop a game and you just say, well, you know what? Screw this. Not going anywhere. And to keep the patent, the Nemesis system, so who's going to do it now? Oh, Warner Brothers has it, but if no one knows how to do it, that's it, because you just kicked out Monolith Soft. It is what it is. Neither realm with Mortal Kombat 1. It's done. Like I said, it's a boring game. What can you do about it? The guest character, I have to credit to a lot of people. Now, you can't say that the Mortal Kombat guest characters are sucky when SNK and Fatal Fury, they're putting in real life people. You got a Swedish DJ and a controversial soccer player. I mean, that's going to be now up in the air, but to some extent still, it's not about the characters. It's just the overall content and direction with Mortal Kombat. It's just, ever since 9, it wasn't really good in my personal opinion, but it is what it is. So there you go. My thoughts about this Warner Brothers game situation, especially Multiversus. Let's see what happened in the future. What's next for NetherRealm and for those other companies that got shut down. Let's just see what happened there. So with that, I'll see you guys later.